let's kick off with Fern, because for me she's been the most interesting.
Yeah,
Um, she's someone who appears to sort of say one thing and maybe act a different way.
yeah.
What's your reading on her?
Do you know what? I've seen a very different side to her. Like she's some of it's quite chilling because she's really good, masculine emotion. I mean the whole thing about the snake. If you imagine yourself in that situation or people that are watching this, that you've got someone really sat within a few feet that you've effectively just backstabbed. And then what I noticed from a body language point of view is that she then began to sort of touch her neck. So this we call this a reassurance gesture or a pacifying gesture. So anything that where we need to make ourselves feel less anxious, we will sort of touch our face, or we'll kind of go like this. So it's almost a self hug. And I noticed that
Okay.
she was doing that. Yeah, if people watch that back, they'll see that when he said, "Well, one of you's put that snake in my bed," she sort of her eyes kind of look down. So unconsciously, when we tilt our head down, that shame, so it was like a little kid would go, "Oh, I'm sorry, miss," or so in school. So she
Hmm.
tilted her head down. It was pretty quick, and then she sort of went like this. So she felt bad, but at the same time, she was quick off the mark to sort of nominate Louis really to leave straight away. So she's very, very good at masking her emotions. And I've seen that all the way through the series, really, that she
Hmm.
can say one thing but really be feeling another.
Hmm.
Whereas some other people, they'll tend to wear their heart on their sleeve and be a lot more open.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
I mean, she seems to say quite negative things to people about how she thinks they are, but in this really kindly way. So it feels like she's not being nasty.
yeah, I think that's the chilling part of her personality. It's like something off Spooks, like she gets people's trust and gets the kind of builds that rapport with them. And it's quite Machiavellian, really, in the way that she does it. So she's very good, but also I find it a little bit chilling.
I found that about her speech. The nomination where she had to give a kiss to someone who she was nominating, and when she stood up and said about Ekin-Su, she delivered. I mean, if someone said that to me, I'd be crying straight away. She really went in on Ekin-Su. What did you make of all of that?
I mean, again, it's just his ability to operate on sort of two levels, if you like, like be feeling a certain way, but also I think to deliver sort of criticism to somebody else. A lot of people would find that very hard. Um, Whereas she finds it just what's the word I'm looking for? Just so easy. Do you know what I mean? So
Ridiculously easy.
ridiculously easy. So I think there's lots of hidden depths that we've not really seen with because Fern's always come over like your auntie, when she's on this morning and things like that. This kind of
Hmm.
like lovable sort of teddy bear character. And I think she's definitely got these hidden depths.
Hmm.
These kind of dark we've all got a dark side, but she's got these kind of these abilities to really go inside and kind of cut people to the quick, really.
So do you think that makes her quite dangerous in terms of competition for other people in there because they really don't know what she's actually thinking?
Yeah,
And is that
yeah.
her game plan?
I think so. I think that's a good question. I think generally after these amounts of weeks in that sort of proximity with somebody, you'll kind of get their measure. And most people when they first meet, it's like going on a date, isn't it? We're always on our best behavior, and then you get to know somebody over the course of several months. And people will tend to let their guard down. I think once they've been in someone's, sort of that's something we live literally living inside each other's pockets. So
Hmm.
a lot of them have kind of dropped their guard. But with Fern, she's so stoic, she's so good. They're keeping those barriers up. So it does make her a very formidable competitor, really.
Hmm. What do you make of it when she goes into the diary room and she says about what a wonderful time she's having, and she cries, and they appear to be happy tears, but then when you're hearing the feedback from the others in the house when they keep putting up for eviction, they're saying that she's on her own and she doesn't seem to be, very happy in there. Is she lying by saying that she's really enjoying the experience?
I think we're reaching the point in the process now where a lot of them do want to go. I'm not saying she's not competitive, but she, number one, she's very good at crocodile tears. She's very good at accessing emotion, very much like a method actor. But at the same time, she's also very good at portraying a certain emotion to the rest of the group. So I think it's an interesting question because on one level, I think she's kind of ready to go. But I think also one part of her, that competitive side of her, is really pulling out all the stops. And I think, I mean, I don't personally think she's going to win, but I think that she's going for it now. She's reached that point in the process, and I think she was it Colston or one of those who mentioned. She said, "I can't believe we've kind of got to this point now or something." So I think now they think they're on the downward slope. You know, the finish is in sight. I think the finish line is now very much in her sights now.
Interesting. That's really great. Predictions then for the winner?
Oh, this is an interesting one. I've been sort of deliberating. Um, I don't think it'll be David. I've got. I mean, Bradley's. I mean, I know Louis says he's too happy. He's too happy all the time. You know, he's too positive. No one, that's not normal. You know, and I thought, well, no, he's just, you know, what? He's just enjoying being in the process, isn't he? I think potentially Bradley or. Oh, I don't think it was easy. I think she's wound too many people up. Um,
Nikita, a lot of people saying that they really like him.
yeah, if he doesn't go, if he stays in, I think Nikita's probably or Bradley. I'll probably
Go
edge
all the
towards
way.
Nikita because
Yeah.
Nikita's an all-round nice guy, really. You know, he's very supportive. What you see is what you get. I've not seen him really play any sort of Machiavellian games, and even if they have, there's something called in psychology called duping delight, and it's a little smile that we give ourselves. So maybe sometimes, you know, maybe you found a £20 note on the floor, and there's no way that you can trace the owner, so you keep it, and you think, oh, I'll keep that. If you feel good about yourself, and so with some of the housemates, like Louis, like Fern, we have seen this duping delight, this kind of I'm all powerful type of expression, which they can't really control. And I've not seen that with Nikita. He's been consistently, you know, on what I call a baseline all the way along. I mean, you know, people said that he offered himself up for nomination as a bit of a game, but I don't think he did. I just think he's what we call in psychology again is a very altruistic person, which means he's selfless. He's willing to kind of take one for the team, so to speak. So I think, yeah, if I'm going to put somebody down, I would say Nikita.